Are you curious what an average condo in downtown Vancouver costs? Well, right now, at the time of this recording, which is March of 2024, the benchmark sale price for a condo in Vancouver as a whole is $750,000. But what exactly does that get you? And how can you make sure that you are finding the best property that fits your lifestyle and your goals? In this video, I'm going to take you on a tour of Vancouver and show you what you can get for $750,000. And make sure you stick around to the very end because I'm going to share with you the most important thing when it comes to buying your very first property.
It's interesting, I promise.
Which, in the last 6 months, I have helped 3 first-time buyers purchase their first property right around this price range. If this is your first time on the channel and you want to know everything there is about real estate in Vancouver, subscribe below. Tap the bell for notifications to be the first to learn what's going on in the current market. My name is Megan Becker, local realtor, eXp Realty. Myself and my team get calls every day from people looking to make this incredible city their home. So whether you're moving in 9 days or 90 days, give me a call, text, or email. I'm excited to tour you around the most gorgeous city in Canada. All right, we're gonna jump in and take a tour around Vancouver. So we're gonna start on the very west in a very attractive area called Kitsilano, or more commonly referred to as Kits. So we are gonna start here at this property. It's on Waterloo Street, and this whole area of Kitsilano here is a very, very attractive area. And I selected properties that are gonna highlight different areas around Vancouver here. The reason why I like Kits, it's a very popular area for locals, for newcomers to the area, is we are going to zoom in here. And as you can see, we are right along the beach here. So this is Kits Beach right here. You've got trails, beach all along here up to Jericho Beach Park. In the summertime, this is going to be flooded with people. Any evening when it's sunny out, nice weather, people will bring takeout, picnics, they'll be hanging out, drinking, playing beach volleyball, taking the dogs. It's just such a happening area. 4th Ave is that main road where you're gonna find a lot of different amenities, everything from restaurants, bars, pubs, shopping, everything like that. And then there's lots of kind of quaint pubs and things like that. But the first property that we're gonna look at is in Kits, and I selected it just because of the popularity of that area. It's a very desirable area to be in. Okay, we are at 2481 Waterloo Street. We're unit 403. So this is on the top floor, a very attractive spot, especially in these wood frame buildings here. People like the desirability of having a top floor unit. Obviously, you don't have anyone jumping up and down above you. You get a little bit better views. It's going to be a little bit quieter. Obviously, the price point is going to demand a little bit more than a second or third or a first floor there. But depending on what somebody's lifestyle is, what your real non-negotiables in a property, this could be a potential for you. So this building was built in 2010. It's a 1-bed, 1-bath. It's 654 square feet. Strata fee is $433 a month there, which is pretty reasonable for this type here. And then we'll take a quick look. So as you can see, 4-story walk-up-ish type building there. There are elevators in there, but you've got nice finishes, got the island there, and bright window. Pretty standard condo. You've got a little bit of outdoor space on the patio, but very, very standard condo here. Really what we're looking for here is space and area, depending if this is a couple or a single, just getting your foot in the door in that kind of starter property. This would be a very desirable location. You've got in-street laundry, which for me is like definitely a non-negotiable if I'm moving into a condo like this. We'll continue to go through. You've got a nice outdoor space that you can use for the majority part of the year. And nice thing is I always recommend clients, especially in these condos, look at the floor plans, get an idea of the measurements. You can kind of figure out the layouts. You'll get a direction, what way does the unit face and things like that. You can understand, is it facing the road? Is it facing the back? Is it facing, do you get mountain views? What are we dealing with in this case? So that is our first property in Kits. And it is listed for $749,000. Okay, we're gonna head a little bit east to an area called Mount Pleasant. And again, this is a very attractive, desirable area. You're kind of right in the heart of things. Your walkability score is very high. You've got access to the 10th Ave bike lane, which runs almost the entire length of Vancouver. And especially in the spring season, which we are entering right now, you are gonna get these gorgeous cherry blossoms. You get this all around the city of Vancouver. But especially on the 10th Ave bike lane, you get all of these trees that just envelop the street, and it's like riding through a tunnel of pink cherry blossom trees. It's so cool. But anyways, this is Mount Pleasant. We'll take a quick zoom in on the area here. So we're super close to False Creek. You're walking distance to all different bakeries, amenities. One of my favorite restaurants is actually the base of this building that I'm going to show you here. And you've got access to the seawall here. You're a handful of blocks away, just down Main Street here. You've got access all the way to the seawall. You can jump on these little lines, are all the False Creek ferries that can take you all through here. You can jump on one and go all the way to Granville Island, or go to downtown, get into Yaletown that way. But this area of Mount Pleasant is very walkable, very bikeable, lots of amenities around there. There's kind of funky, trendy spots there as far as little boutiques and restaurants, things like that, breweries. So we're going to take a look at this spot here. We're at Unit 502, 210 East 5th Ave. And we're at a 1-bed, 1-bath, 550 square feet. We're on the market here for $749,000. And this building, pretty much brand new. It was built in 2021. So I know there's appeal. A lot of people really like the newness. So the one thing to be aware of with the newer builds like this is you're going to sacrifice on square footage. Some of the older ones, 90s, 80s, 70s built, you are going to sacrifice newness, but you're going to get a little bit larger of a unit. So it's one of those things that really what is important to you when you're looking for a property here. And this goes back to my initial meeting that I have with clients, is I want to understand their goals, your lifestyle, so that I can help figure out how to best match a property that fits your goals and provide you some great recommendations there. So a lot of these cases, especially in Vancouver and a lot of these desirable areas like the downtown core or False Creek or Mount Pleasant here, because it's so walkable and because there's so much around, I find myself even, and I know a lot of people find the same thing, is you don't find it yourself as inclined to stay in your home because there's so much around you. So the desire for so much space inside your residence isn't as much, I found, living here, which is pretty cool. Puts you out and about in nature, in the community, out and around people, or maybe if you're more of an introvert, you can be alone by yourself with your dog on the seawall. But okay, let's jump into 210 East 5th here. So nice bright unit here. Strata fee, monthly fee is $467. And kind of typical layout here. Again, we're 550 square feet. So you've got the long kitchen here. You're going to have to kind of strategize and kind of figure out how to place your furniture to maximize space there. But there's so many different ideas. I've got interior designer connections that can really help you lay out your space optimally, that it makes 500 square feet feel very usable and larger because of the way that your furniture is spaced and laid out. So nice big windows, access to your patio there, but pretty standard. It was virtually staged, so you're getting a little bit of an idea of what it's like without furniture. You could even do kind of a higher bar table over here if you wanted to do that, or just bar stools at the island, depending on how your setup is. Your balcony. I don't know, put it in the comments. Do you guys like this black and white combo? I actually really do. I don't like all white everything. I find it's just too cold, but I do like the clean look of white, but I actually really like this black and white combo. I think it's kind of gives a funky feel to it. But I'm curious, put it in the comments. Are you a fan of it, or would you rather it all one color? But yeah, pretty standard unit, your 1-bedroom, bath. The nice thing is you've got quite a bit of counter space, and you've got the medicine cabinets behind the mirrors here, which, ladies, you guys know what I mean by having a counter space. Having those shelves in a medicine cabinet behind the mirrors is very, very nice, because I don't like a lot of clutter, but I need counter space to put my stuff. So it's nice to have the counter space to put a few items and then all of your bottles and everything like that inside that medicine cabinet. That's my ideal type of storage. Washer dryer en suite. And then this restaurant right here, Zirak by Afghan Kitchen, is one of my, I would almost say favorite, but definitely in my top 5 favorite restaurants here in Vancouver. It is Afghan food, and it is unlike any food that I've ever had before. Obviously, I've never had Afghan food before, but the flavors and not only the food, but the service there was unreal. And to me, that's what makes a really great dining experience. It's not just the taste of the food, but the staff, how welcoming they are, the environment they create, and it was literally the best food, the best service, and it made for an amazing experience. They have this fried chicken there, which I'm not a big fried chicken person, but that was recommended, so I figured, okay, let's try it. And it was hands down, I would recommend it to anyone. And we just said, we let the server pick. We said, we're new, this is our first time here. And they actually picked out different menu items for us to try. We had a lamb dish that was absolutely delicious. But yeah, definitely that fried chicken was one of my favorites. I'd highly recommend. It comes in a huge portion. So there was 2 of us and we took home leftovers. So you could definitely feed 4 people with one of those fried chicken dishes. And they have brunch, which is on my list to do. They have a chicken waffles, which is served with that same fried chicken, which I'm very curious to try. But anyways, we'll get back to the properties. But this is just a really cool highlight of this property that it sits. This is Afghan Kitchen right there. And again, this property, Mount Pleasant, you're so close. You're walkable to so many different restaurants like this. There's a Cardam Donuts just at the top of this block, so you can splurge and grab a donut very close to you. That might be a good thing. That might be a bad thing, just depending. Okay, we're gonna head up here to Yaletown, and this is a very cool building. It's called the Arc. And we've got very easy access in and out of downtown. That's one of the things I really like about this building. This is the Cambie Street Bridge, so your way to get in or out of downtown. And then this is the Georgia Viaduct here. So this one is one way going out of downtown, and then this is the viaduct going into downtown. And then this is Granville Bridge. This goes both ways. So at this location here, you've got very easy access to get in and out. One of the drawbacks, maybe like closer to the west end here, is the traffic to get in and out. So that is one of the things I really like about this location here is, one, it's got really easy access in and out. The second thing that I really like about this location is the proximity to the seawall. So you're literally 1 block and we are on the seawall here. So if you go all the way here and you keep going all the way west, you're gonna run into Stanley Park. Or you can go east and I'll loop all the way around past Science World, past Olympic Village, and you can go around this way all the way to Granville Island if you choose to. All the way up to Granville Island there. Okay, so let's take a look at the Arc. We are at 89 Nelson Street. We're on the 10th floor here. This is unit 1009. And it's a 1 bed, 1 bath, 500 square feet. It was built in 2019. So again, newer building, sacrifice on square footage there. It's a fairly small unit at 500 square feet. Strata fees are $351 here. So let's take a look at this unit. So nice kitchen finishes here and fairly similar to the last one as far as layout and size. You've got a den in this one, which is this area. So you can turn this into an office, maybe an exercise room, a large walk-in closet, or a gaming room like this person has here. Got in-suite washer dryer, and then you'll notice, so living room here, balcony, and then on the right here, these are sliding doors. So this is your bedroom door, slides open, and this is your bedroom. So this is actually a Murphy bed here, which flips down into the wall. The nice thing about the Murphy beds is it creates some more space for you. So you can flip that up in the wall, and then you've got all this space. Maybe toss a yoga mat there. You can have a little bit of space to do some yoga, get the bed out of the way. And you can actually get beds that are really, really comfortable. The mattresses are great, and it's just like sleeping on a regular bed there. And then you've got your ensuite, walk through in there. Again, lots of counter space. So here you can see this down here is the Cambie Street Bridge. So One of the things to be aware of with this building on the lower floors, this one's a little bit higher up, but your view basically is the bridge. On the lower floors is you're almost flush with that bridge. So just things to keep in mind in some of these buildings is the location of it. And typically they should be priced accordingly to that. This one, you are a little bit elevated, so you're not like flush with traffic level there. But I remember sitting in traffic on that bridge and like being able to look directly into some of the units on the lower floors there. But this one is a little bit higher up. And this is one of the very cool features about the Arc. So this is a swimming pool, and the bottom is actually glass. So I'll show you a picture of it in a second, but really, really high-end amenities. This is a high floor that the gym is on here. Really great space. You've got sauna, steam room, lounging area. You can overlook False Creek in the downtown core. There's a shared patio, outdoor space, lounge area. And then, yeah, this is the bottom. You can kind of even see a person. I don't know if that's photoshopped in there or whatnot. But this is on the ground looking up, and that is the glass bottom of the swimming pool, which is kind of cool. So that is the building. Very cool, very funky architecture there. And that is the Arc. And then this is Cooper's Dog Park that is very close to where you are. You can see Telescroll the signs there. And then another great benefit here, we've got the floor plan so you can figure out where everything goes. Okay, we're gonna go a little bit northeast up into an area called Gastown. We're gonna go to Water Street. So I picked this property because there's some pros and cons about this area. So one thing to be aware of is the downtown east side, which this is very close to, I'd say very adjacent to, is known for its homeless population. And it's unfortunate. There's a lot of homeless, there's a lot of drug use, there's a lot of feces on the street around there, the area, which is really unfortunate. And so it's an area that has been given a bad rap. This property isn't in the middle of it. If you were to isolate the downtown, it really starts kind of, I would say, Abbott here. So it really starts, I would kind of say, on like Pender, roughly Abbott to Cordova, and you're going to get a little bit where you are, but it's mostly kind of congested into like this area and then over here. That's kind of the area that you really everything is concentrated, but it does kind of bleed out over into these areas here. The reason why I picked this property is because I do have friends that live in the area. I actually have quite a few friends. The gym that I go to is in the area. It is right on East Cordova. And I mean, I walk there on a daily basis and I'm aware of my surroundings. It's not an area where I have two earbuds in and I'm like head down texting on my phone. It's an area that I do. I only wear one earbud and just make sure I'm aware of my surroundings. But I do have friends that live in the area and they haven't had issues. But something to be aware of if you're parking your car there, don't leave any items visible. I know multiple people who have had their vehicles broken into because they've left, like a reusable shopping bag in the back seat or something like that. And so there's just things to be aware of. For newcomers, it might not be an area that you'd be very inclined to going and living in, which is very understandable. I always like to give clients just an overview of the areas, what to watch out for. But the reason why I included this property is because it's a very cool looking spot. So this is the building. It's cobblestone street. It's brick building, a very old kind of heritage feel. And it's just like the exterior is absolutely gorgeous. So this is Water Street. So how pretty is that? This is in the fall or winter, a rainy day, so it doesn't look super attractive, but you can see cobblestone streets, cobblestone sidewalks. You've got these brick, older heritage type buildings. It's so pretty throughout here. And then you've got this funky concrete building, and this is the unit. So it is kind of longer, narrow, but funky stainless steel. You've got some mirror here. There's lots of different buildings, units in these areas that have these really funky loft styles as well. So that's the one thing that I do like about this area is the interior of some of these spots is very cool. So I think they did the mirrors here just to give it a bigger feel because this unit is very long and narrow. We're gonna see by the floor plan. So you'll notice the bedroom here doesn't actually have a window in it. It's basically your entryway, bedroom, and then the living area, kitchen area there. But I know this does work for some people. You've got closet space, great bathroom. Like that tub looks huge. This would be shared amenities here. rooftop patio. And then this is the floor plan. So as you can see, yeah, very long and narrow what you've got going on there. So just an option here. So this one is a 1 bed, 1 bath, 750 square feet. So as you can see, you get quite a bit more square footage here. So again, you get a little bit more square footage, but area isn't as desirable. So another unit that's on the market for $749,000. All right, we're gonna head a little east to East 8th Ave. So we're just off Commercial Drive here. And that is exactly the reason why I chose this property, is because I love Commercial Drive. It is a very cool drive. It runs northwest, and it is filled with restaurants and bars and pubs, little antique shops, boutiques. There's ethnic grocery stores. There's a bowling alley here, 5-pin bowling alley, everything like salons. And it's just a very funky, trendy, hip. There's so many of my favorite restaurants are in that area, little cafes. And this property is right on kind of the intersection of Broadway, which is the main artery there, and then Commercial Drive, and right next to the Commercial Broadway SkyTrain station. So really nice option for transit there. So we are at 1688 at East 8th Avenue, on the market here for $750,000. This is a 2 bed, 2 bath, and this is 790 square feet here. And our strata fee is $639 in this place here. So quite a bit more size here, a little bit older of a building. It was built in 1997, but it's been really, it looks from the photos anyways, really well taken care of. It is dated, definitely. These floors look original. And I like the original flooring, some of the coloring. They've obviously opened up the kitchen here, redone that at some time, but nice bright. These look like original tile here, but replaced some of the cabinets, appliances there, large storage, pantry area. It's like a den kind of office space there, second bathroom, and then balcony to your outdoor space, and some mountain views. That's always a perk here in Vancouver. You want to have those mountain views. So it looks like there's 2 balconies there, one probably off the primary there, and this is downtown on the left side of that picture there that you can see, and then the North Shore Mountains. And there's your building, and then that's Commercial Drive. So here is a floor plan of the unit. So yeah, you can see there's 2 balcony spaces there. So if you're a couple, you can each have your own balcony space. All right, and we're gonna head a little bit east, just down Broadway here, to a brand new build. This is 255 Garden Drive. And again, this is in a really great area here. So you'll notice here, this Trout Lake is a very cool place just to hang out. It's a great place to take dogs or kids, or even grab your book, grab your laptop in the summer and work from home. But it's a really gorgeous area, and especially in the springtime now, you're gonna get tons of cherry blossoms in around that area. So let's take a look at Garden Drive. So this one was just built last year, 2023, and it's on the market for $749,000. 1 bed, 1 bath, 604 square feet. And they haven't calculated the strata fees yet. Typically, because this one was just finished, so likely what this is going to work out to is 51 cents per square feet, which is pretty kind of a standard. Is usually how the developers will do that. So we'll take a quick look at the building here. Nice looking building, nice finishes here, kind of similar to those other newer units. Just kind of trying to maximize space as much as you can. Got a little bit of a balcony, outdoor space. But again, I think in these places, you're looking for, what is your lifestyle? Is this size of a unit conducive to your lifestyle? I really like the Eat Up bar here. Especially if you're not a big sit down at a dining table type person, it just gives you a little bit more space. Or, you know, if you're a couple, one's preparing dinner and then one's just kind of hanging out, waiting for dinner to be served, or, you know, maybe it's vice versa. But it gives you like a little bit more space, a little bit more option there. But yeah, really nice finishes here. Gas stove, which is a nice option. Walk-in closet there, pretty large size bathroom there. So yeah, I really like the finishes in this project. And you've got great outdoor space as well. This is shared space, co-working space. And then this is Trout Lake here, which is like I said, is an awesome area. Okay, and we're gonna take a tour on our very last property here. We're gonna head very, very far south over to the River District. So I chose this one. This is a whole different area down south here. So right off Marine Drive is this area called the River District, and it's a very cool area. Again, very walkable, all sorts of amenities down in this area, and you're right on the banks of the Fraser River. So you get gorgeous views, river walks all the way along there. You've got Riverfront Park, all amenities, grocery stores, shopping, restaurants, everything like that. But this is the property that we're gonna look at, is on Riverwalk Ave. So we have a 2-bedroom, 2-bath. This one was built in 2013, and it is 873 square feet. So quite a bit more square footage here. Strata fees are $483 a month. Let's take a look. So we're on the 3rd floor here, and kind of that classic 2013, maybe like 2011 to 2015 color scheme package here with the dark floors, dark cabinets. But it looks like it's well taken care of. Stainless steel appliances, similar layout to the other one here. Looks like it's a decent sized bedroom. Looks like carpet's in maybe a little bit of a rough shape there. Nice large bathroom, 2nd bedroom here. Lots of closet space, covered balcony, which is really nice, especially you can pretty much enjoy it all year round. If you grab a heat lamp, you can hang out on a balcony here in Vancouver all year round. And then amenities. And then this is like access to the river. You've got all these boardwalks. You can walk along the river, dogs, take your calls from that. It's very, very close to your property there. Thanks for joining me on the tour of what does $750,000 get you here in Vancouver. And I hope this gives you an idea of the different areas and the price point that you can get in different areas. And if you are considering making a move to Vancouver, I would love to start the conversation. It's my favorite thing. I fall in love with this city, and I'm so excited when other people do the exact same thing, and I would be excited to help you call this place home. And I know you've been sticking around for the most important tip here. So like I mentioned, I've helped 3 buyers in the last 6 months here. They're all first-time buyers purchase a home in and around this price range. And the number one thing that I encourage them and any first-time buyer to consider and to remind yourself is that your first home is not your dream home. Because I think, especially first-time buyers, you go into the process and you're so excited. You get to call this property your own, and you have this whole list of all of these things. And the biggest thing that I recommend to clients to do is figure out your top 3 non-negotiables and figure out what are those. And that's why I want to take a proactive approach and understand your lifestyle and goals, and I can help you figure out what those are. It's location. Budget is definitely going to be a factor in there. It's going to likely be size or bedroom count. But the thing with the bedroom count is, could we use a den? Could we use, maybe convert a large storage space and maybe use the 2nd bedroom as a different option? There's different configurations that we can use. So the more I understand about your goals, I can help you figure out what those 3 non-negotiables are. But that's going to be something that you're going to have to figure out. And then the rest of the list is the nice to haves. Because when we're viewing properties, especially when we're looking at a specific budget, there are going to be things that you like and there are going to be things that you don't like. We might walk into a property like that one there, and the carpet it's kind of gross. But that's where I would encourage you to focus on the things that you cannot change. Focus on the non-negotiables, focus on the things that you cannot change. We can't change the location, we can't change the layout, we can't change the where it is in the building. And so to focus on the non-negotiables and be open to maybe redoing floors. Maybe not immediately, maybe that's in a year. Redoing paint, redoing cabinets, things like that. But focus on your budget, your size, the layout, those unchangeable, non-negotiable things. And remember that your first home, it's not your dream home. It's an entry point into the market with the goal of building up that equity to eventually get you into that next stepping stone property. So I hope you found value of this. I'd love for you to reach out. All my info is in the description box below. And until next time, the Canucks are playing, so I'm going to go join my friends.